if I can have everyone's attention just so we can make sure we're focusing on this elevator pitch. The idea is that if any one of these aspiring entrepreneurs ran into an investor on an elevator, they would have about 90 seconds to pitch their idea. So you have 90 seconds, no props. You can use one note card, and we will choose 3 winners. First place is $1,000, second place $750, and third place is $500. And each of the contestants will receive $100 for doing the pitch tonight. So if all the contestants are ready, you will go in alphabetical order. And just remember that once the clock starts, once the clock starts, once you start speaking, the clock starts, and it stops at 90 seconds. Linda Peters will stand if you were to go past the 90 seconds, at which point you need to stop immediately. So please continue to enjoy your salads, everyone, and let's give them our full and undivided attention. First off, Scott Abdow.
As you all just heard, my name is Scott Abdow, and I'd like to start off today with a nice hi, everybody. And I'd really appreciate a hi, Scott, back. That'd be great. Hi, everybody. Wow, quick reaction. Excellent. So, fun fact of the day. Since 1985, the NASDAQ has reported that stocks for companies such as Milton Bradley and Hasbro have gone up consistently, even in the development of the digital and video game age. A new generation of games is constantly being created by the gamers of yesteryear, and I'm here tonight to tell you folks where those games can be purchased and played. Game On. An event-based game store featuring a retail sales floor that has games suitable for folks of all ages. But for the unique part, a segregated gaming area called The Arena. In The Arena, we can host tournaments, we can host events. People can just come in and sit and play, or just gander over at the scoreboard showing the top players in the store and the unique prizes they have won. The Arena will provide a place for gamers to be able to be themselves, act comfortable in their own skin, and not necessarily feel like they're being ogled at by regular folks that might be coming in just for a deck of cards. I wish I had a lot longer to talk to you guys about it, trust me when I say I do, but I'm going to leave you with the following. When you folks game, don't just game. Game on!
Next up is Stephen Cameroon.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephen Michael Lamar Cameron. I'm here to introduce my entrepreneurial idea. It is the automatic transfer washer and dryer. So with a show of hands, who has a washing machine and a dryer in here? Just about everybody. So this idea will probably be helpful. How I came up with the idea is one day I was sitting in my house, and I live in the attic of my house. It's a furnished attic, but it's pretty far up from the basement, which has my washing machine and my dryer. I was washing the clothes, and I was like, you know what? This is really annoying, because once the alarm went off, I was all the way upstairs in the attic. How come the clothes have to be moved over to the dryer? This is really annoying. So I was like, you know what? Why don't we just have something that's just all in one? A washing machine that, like, you put the clothes in one time, and then it transfers the clothes after the 30-minute cycle, or however way you guys wash your clothes, into the dryer automatically. And then you just have one ding. You can go downstairs, you just take your clothes out, they're all dried, fold them up, do whatever you have to do. With the idea, the feasibility of it is kind of difficult, but with the venture capital, I would be able to license my idea and then send it to appliance companies like Maytag and stuff like that. So if you have any questions, I'm Steven, and hopefully you'll talk to me.
Alex Constantine.
Good evening. My name is Alex Constantine, and I'm creating the next must-have tool to tackle unforgiving winters. It's called the Gripper Buddy. After a recent snowstorm, I was trying to back out of a parking space with my grandma, and my car got stuck. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't push the car because I couldn't gain any traction, and there was ice all over the tires, and there was nobody around to help me out. As I was standing there, I thought, there has to be a better way. The Gripper Buddy is the solution. The Gripper Buddy is an expandable metal pole that can be stored in your back seat or in your trunk. It has a flat end that's 8 inches wide that goes under one tire, and then it easily expands to the rear of the vehicle. As you go forwards or backwards, the Gripper Buddy gets jammed underneath the opposite tire, and it helps you get free. Had my grandma been alone, even she could have used the Gripper Buddy to get out of the parking space all by herself. The Gripper Buddy works off-road as well. It can help a car get out of sand, and it can help a car get out of mud. The Gripper Buddy helps you get a grip.
Caitlin Diastas.
So what I want you guys to do is look around the room right now. No, look around. In this room, there's approximately 80 people that are addicted to a drug or an alcohol substance, and they need it just to make it through their day. My name is Caitlin Diastas, and I'm a neuroscience research student at Smith College. I'm also the innovator of the Libertas system, which is a pharmaceutical application that disrupts the cycle of addiction. This summer, I've been invited to participate in a research program at Columbia University with scientists who have already received FDA approval for clinical trials utilizing the primary aspect of my protocol. Currently in the United States, there's 2 treatment options for drug addiction. There are rehab centers and there's maintenance drugs, and both of them have horrific success rates of 9%. 9%. There's methadone, which is for heroin. There's Suboxone, which is for alcohol. And there's currently not a treatment option for methamphetamine. With methadone and Suboxone, it's a lifetime commitment, and they're addictive as well. But the Libertas system changes all of that. Utilizing a 2-step process, the Libertas system removes the physiological rewards and the psychological rewards of addiction and resets an addict back to a pre-addictive state. What I'm seeking are bold investors who are ready to end the cycle of addiction and help me conquer the pharmaceutical industry. Thank you.
Maddie DiGrigoli.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm Matt DeGrigoli. I'm a senior at Springfield College, and the name of my company is Call It. I'd like to open up with a quick question. Who here has ever misplaced or lost, let's say, a cell phone, car keys, wallet? All right, good. I'm glad I'm not alone. This happens to me quite often. And the one thing I noticed about trying to find your phone is you have the luxury of calling it. The phone rings, becomes pretty easy to find. What my product does, it extends that capability to any device you may frequently misplace. Now, the product has 2 basic aspects to it. First is the application software, which can be downloaded easily to any smartphone, tablet, or computer. And second is 6 beeper devices, which no larger than a gumdrop, contain an electronic receiver, a solar cell, a battery, and a speaker. So for instance, let's say you're someone who may misplace your keys often. If you're in a rush, this can be a very stressful situation. If you have my product, you simply attach one of the beepers to your car keys. In the event that you can't find them, you pull up the app, you use the beeper that is connected to your car keys, and you simply call it. That way, the keys sound, and you can easily find them, ending a stressful situation. Now, for this app, I'm going to need a little bit of help from venture capitalists. I need about $50,000 to get this project off the ground, and I think with that help and with proper marketing, this can be the next blockbuster app in a very, very lucrative business. Thank you for your time, and enjoy your night.
Next up, Ike Akume.
Hi, my name is Ike, and I've seen my fellow college students graduate without knowing what to do with their lives. At the end of their 4 years, they say to themselves, I have this degree, but where next? So they add to the unemployment rate. I've decided to end this vicious cycle with my staffing agency. Timely Light Staffing Agency is a community-based staffing agency that employs local students and connects them to internship and work opportunities. Now, we are not only job takers, we are job makers. We teach entrepreneurship and we help students launch their businesses. As they pass through our system, our goal is that they will discover their passion, which we will help them turn into a business. We've tried and tested our concept with a few students, but I would like to highlight one. We worked with a student from American International College and connected him to a speaking opportunity at Putnam High School. Since then, he has built a personal website, launched his book, and is also in the process of developing a training camp for students. Now, the potential we have seen is amazing. We will take a percentage of our workers' wages and also take a percentage of the revenues from the businesses we will help launch. And this should make us a $1 million company in the next 3 years. Enough is enough of graduating without knowing what to do with your life. After you pass through our system, we will empower you to take charge of your future. Thank you.
Stephen Goldberg.
How would you like to make $200 an hour sitting in an airline lounge? Hi, my name is Stephen Goldberg, and I'm currently a sophomore at Amherst College. 3 years ago, I started a small business, Mileage Mavens, which helps individuals and corporations efficiently accrue and effectively redeem their frequent flyer miles. And so far, I've been able to save customers about $600,000 in airfare. What I frequently notice is that customers' flights are delayed. They're canceled or they're rerouted. And as a result, they spend a lot of time sitting around. And most of them see it just as a part of traveling and a part of flying. But they're not aware that you actually are entitled to a lot of compensation in certain circumstances. Any flight, for example, that's delayed out of the EU to the United States more than 4 hours, you're entitled to over $800 in compensation. But airlines won't say this because they don't want to be writing out checks to 300 people on an airplane for $800 a person. So I've come up with a service, as I do with my clients, called Flying on Your Side. But rather than working with individuals, I decided to collaborate with online travel agencies such as Orbitz, Expedia, Kayak, and for just a minimal fee of $10 per reservation, just help out travelers who may be on these delayed flights. We'll take care of all the paperwork. We'll make sure you get the compensation you deserve. Don't bother learning the airline rules. Just use Flying on Your Side.
Anthony Grandoit.
Excuse me, guys. It's just that I was up all night last night. My son was up. He needed a bottle. Couldn't remember if the bottle was sanitized or not, or sterilized, I should say, sterilized or not. I used the wrong amount of formula, and to top it all off, I warm it up, and it's too hot. How many of you guys have children? Great. So you all can relate to this situation. Well, I have the perfect solution for you guys. The Baby Keurig. It's a baby bottle making machine. It's a baby bottle making machine that sterilizes, stores formula or breast milk, and warms your bottle to the perfect feeding temperature for your baby. All in less than a minute by the push of a button. And did you know that in 2013, over $6 billion in revenue was made for baby care products? Over $6 billion was made for baby care products. This is a huge market, which is expected to grow in 2017. According to Statista.com, a baby market researching group, up to $66 billion in revenue. So, again, the Baby Keurig sterilizes, stores formula, and it warms your milk to the perfect feeding temperature. So, imagine, 1 in the morning, you just hit the bed, finally got to close your eyes, and then boom, you gotta wake up. Your baby's crying again. Don't stress. The push of a button, your baby's fed, and you could go back to bed. I'm Anthony Grandoit.
Eva Lise Hicks.
¿Puedo reclamar estos gastos? Can I claim these expenses? Imagine trying to convey important information about your business finances to someone who doesn't understand you. Hi, I'm Evelise Hicks. At my last job in Springfield, I was the only Spanish-speaking tax preparer. I was in high demand every day by customers that spoke no English and approached me about their small business needing assistance. Now I'm founding Háblame CPA firm, and Háblame means speak to me in Spanish. The Hispanic population is the fastest growing population in our nation, and the number of Hispanic citizens launching new small businesses each year is growing at more than twice the rate of a non-Hispanic citizen. But our bilingual small business owners are struggling. Misinformation about taxes, laws, and regulation is a big issue in the Spanish-speaking community. And the second language can be quite a stumbling block for preparing the proper bookkeeping procedures. But Háblame will change all of that. Háblame will be the first nationwide tax and bookkeeping firm founded by Hispanic citizens for Hispanic citizens. We know your language and we know your culture. So instead of basing those tax expense claims on something your friend heard from her second cousin, come to us, the tax and bookkeeping professionals you can trust. We will help our country grow and prosper by helping the Hispanic small business owners grow and prosper. I'm Evelise Hicks with Háblame. Speak to us. We understand you. Thank you.
Amy Kushgarian.
Hello, I'm Amy Kushgarian, and with my enterprise, Highland Music, we are going to bring you to the world of Armenian music and Armenian music to the world through the distribution of fine handcrafted Armenian instruments. I am Armenian, and 3 years ago, I lived in Armenia where I learned one of Armenia's national instruments, the duduk. A recording of my playing was attracted by 3 of the world's most renowned Armenian instrument makers, who are excited to collaborate with Highland Music to distribute Armenian instruments beyond Armenia. We noticed a disconnect between the Armenian music scene and what Armenian musicians were doing elsewhere. We are living in an age where our world is rapidly globalizing around us, and it is becoming more and more common to lose touch with our ethnic heritage and culture. There is a large community of diasporan Armenians who live around the world, 500,000 alone, of which live in California, in the greater LA region, where there are 40 Armenian schools with either no Armenian music program or not a developed one. These schools are our initial target market. They exist to educate their students and connect them to their roots. We share common interests. Highland Music wants to preserve and reconnect the Armenian culture. We envision our enterprise growing. We see an opportunity to revitalize and modernize the Armenian music scene to connect Armenians to Armenia and Armenia to the world. Thank you.
Andrew Magistry.
Wake up. The euphoric feeling of your son scoring that winning goal at last night's soccer game quickly disappears as you realize you forgot to stop and get gas after the game. So you leave the house, you drop your son off at school, and then you stop to get gas, only to discover that extra 10 minutes caused you to be late for that big meeting with corporate. My name is Andrew Magistry, founder of Pass On Gas, where we bring the convenience of a full-service gas station directly on site to your public location. Now imagine this. You're leaving the office and decide you want to hit the gym before going home for the night. You arrive at the gym, and when you go to turn off your car, you notice that your gas tank is empty. You step out, close the door, just to look down and see that your front left tire is soft. No worries. Pass On Gas to the rescue. So while you're running on that treadmill, you go ahead and give us a quick phone call, send a text message, and we will arrive on location to not only check your treads, but also to fill that tank. Pass On Gas is a time-saving miracle so many can appreciate. We multitask by serving several customers in public locations, while you multitask by completing your day-to-day errands, all while getting gas. So go ahead, past that gas station, and continue to your destination.
Celine Mudakana.
Hello, my name is Celine Mudakana and I'm a first-year student at Mount Holyoke College. Weaving for Peace is an income-generated project that I initiated last summer back home in Rwanda, where we are teaching young Rwandans who have been affected by HIV/AIDS and who live in poverty how to weave and sell their products. This project has proven to be successful in terms that they have learned this skill and have started to sell their product on a small scale. We are currently talking with potential buyers who have requested more specialized items that have more traditional fibers and that incorporate designs that are Rwandan. With these new designs, we are currently in need to have marketing experts who will teach marketing skills to these young weavers so that they can sell their products both locally and internationally on a bigger scale. With success, these young Rwandans will be able to be more independent, afford their education, and sustain themselves. Thank you.
Mike Mullen.
Hi, my name is Mike. Last year, one of my tech startups generated $60,000 in profit. I am now using these retained earnings to fund my more scalable startup, Cloudbook. Cloudbook is a social networking site for sharing personal contact information. It is going to be the universal way to look up someone's cell phone number or email address. When you join Cloudbook, you can invite all of your Facebook friends, LinkedIn connections, webmail contacts, as well as phone contacts. Cloudbook then self-updates your contacts list so you always have up-to-date contact information for all of your friends, family, and colleagues. You can also look up a friend on Cloudbook, just as you can on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is great for business professional relationships. Cloudbook is great for those social relationships. Cloudbook is ideal for any type of relationship. When you accept a friend request from another Cloudbook user, you choose which pieces of contact information to release to them. It could be business or personal. This school year, Cloudbook has won over $9,000 in pitch contests. In March, we graduated from the accelerator program Valley Venture Mentors. This semester, an upper-level UMass computer science course developed our mobile app and website. In 2 weeks, we are going to launch our beta site. We would love to have your support. Thank you for listening to me.
Vincent Sarno.
My name is Vincent Sarno. I'm a United States Air Force veteran. 1 in 3 veterans are returning from combat with PTSD, TBI, and some form of disability. 12% of our American homeless population are military veterans. 8% are female veterans. 22 veterans a day are committing suicide. It is my belief that if these veterans knew that they had more options or better options, that we could significantly reduce those numbers. With my organization, Veteran Options, a nonprofit, I intend to bring together, by means of online entrepreneurship, and also communicating in person with these veterans, potential employers, as well as other organizations, federal, state, and local, who offer assistance to veterans, bring them together so that they can network and communicate with each other to bridge that process. I would like to also offer workshops to help with resume writing, interview skills, and using of your benefits wisely. It's never dark forever. Take one more second, one more breath, one more step, and know your options, Veteran Options. Thank you.
And finally, Andrew Slowick.
Good evening, everyone. Wow, small elevator, isn't it? Well, while we're still here, I have a simple question to ask you. Do you believe in magic? Well, I certainly do too. To me, music is magic. You see, whenever I listen to a song, it evokes a special emotion from me, whether it's an explicit happiness that no one can explain, or frustration from hearing Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball song on the radio for the 100th time. At Slowick's Virtual Studio, we provide the technology for you to learn piano. Give me a second. 1 second. At Slowick's Virtual Studio, we provide you the technology to get the music to you. We offer piano to people of all ages, whether you're young or small, big or tall, and, well, that's awkward. Anyway, so we merge the power of technology with the magic of music. Thank you for listening.